Welcome to the podcast.
Hello? Is this thing on? We're out to lunch. Hello. Welcome to episode 15.
We are so happy you are here.
What is your update? Do you have any? I feel like since the last time we talked, I don't know if anything has really like wildly happened.
I went to 303.
You did do that.
And that was so fun. Also, listen, I knew going into it that they made this music when I was in elementary to middle school. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm aware of that. I get it. Okay. But when they walked out on stage and it's this like 50-year-old man with like silver white hair, just like my first kiss went a little like this. I was like, all right, this is absolutely ridiculous, so fun and so funny. And if you love them, you should go. It was worth it.
What's your favorite song by them? Do you have one?
Yes, and they played it. It's called Double Vision.
I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
Actually, I don't even know if that one's my favorite. Their album Streets of Gold, I like fell in love with. Mm-hmm. And there's like actual like really, really good songs, not just like fun
bopper.
Yeah. But that one's fun. But I would say that one was the one that I was like, I really hope they play this. And
I can't think of the name of it, but whatever one it is where they say, I'm a vegetarian and I can't. What?
Don't trust me.
Yes, that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Which they played also.
Yes.
In that moment, I said, I'm jealous. I just don't think I know enough of their music for it to have been worth it. But
well, and it was funny because I went with Lindsay.
Yeah.
And Lindsay's not old, obviously, but she is older than us.
Yeah.
And it was like the album that was before the one that I knew, she knew all the songs to that. So they would play those songs and she would sing every single word.
Every word.
And then we'd go to the next album and I would sing every single word and she's like, what's this? It was so funny.
You're like, we're in this together.
I'm like, I'm so happy that 4 years or whatever really they got love from both of us.
Which is like kind of a long gap for musicians, I feel like 4 years is, but really like not that big of a gap in life, you know?
Yeah. No, it was super funny. I was like, so what are you gonna wear? And she's like, probably the same thing I wore when I saw them in 2010. T-shirt, jeans, and Vans. I was like, all right.
Oh, the fact that she's already seen them, like that's commitment.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was super fun. But any updates for you?
I don't think so. I do have a funny story that I want to bring up to you though, because I was talking to my cousin on the phone yesterday and we were talking about honestly like one of the worst days of his life, and it was a horrible day for him, but our experience together was fun still. And it was when he lived in Palm Springs and I went and stayed with him for like a week there at the campsite that he lived in a camper at a campsite, and I just went and stayed with him. They had a swimming pool. We literally just tanned all day and then made like yogurt parfaits and like read and smoked and like that's all we did.
Sounds like a nice little
it was
relaxing,
pretty nice.
Yes.
But Palm Springs, I guess, is known for having like a higher rate of LGBTQ, a higher rate of that community, and is also known for swingers. And I did not know that. But after I left, I knew, because when him and I were at his campsite, we went in the hot tub one night, and he always tells me that I cock block him, and it's because when we hang out, we look like a heterosexual couple. Like, and I am a touchy person, so I always have my arm looped through his, or I'm like touching him, like, whatever, you know. And he's like, people think that you're my girlfriend, Haley. You need to stop.
And you're like,
because
I'm sorry.
I am trying to get a guy.
And you're making it very
difficult. You're my cousin. And every time I see it, like when I went to Burning Man with him, and my other cousin Sienna, he was like, there is not a chance in hell that a guy is going to talk to me. I'm hanging out with two really pretty girls. Like, he's going to think that I'm straight. Anyway, so I went to the hot tub with him in Palm Springs, and him and I were just hanging out. This other couple got in the hot tub. And at first they were just being really friendly and nice, and then it slowly became very apparent that they were like, that they thought that we were a couple, and they were like, yeah, well, you know, like, we can leave our kids at the campsite and like come hang out with you guys, you know, if you want to, and like just making comments that we were like, they want to fuck us. And they think that we are a couple and that we're swingers, and like that's crazy. So we left the hot tub, went back to the camper, and we're just like laughing about it. And then we went to the hot tub again the next day, and a different couple hit on us again. And I was just like, these people are out here ready to just
get stuff
swap things around. And that was my first experience ever, like, with swinging or anyone who's open to that or like whatever. And I just wanted to bring that up and ask you, like, have you ever like been around anyone that does that?
Well, I don't personally know anyone, nor have I been in that situation, but I have been very curious to see like what would happen if I was in that situation. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with somebody I don't know. I'm not going to do it with somebody I know.
No, because then I have to see you again.
That is a disaster. No, thank you. So like if I'm on a trip, you know,
yeah,
and it's just
and
the
something
two of us,
happens,
and something happens, like obviously we would have to like
have a conversation.
Yeah,
and like there would be
but
things.
It's like,
well,
I don't know.
The people that the second couple, they were like, yeah, we used to live in Texas or somewhere. And they're like, and we just got really tired of our lives, so we quit our jobs, we homeschool our kids now, and we literally just travel around the United States staying at different KOAs, and like we love our life. And I was like, so you just drive all over the country and just swing around?
But you're like, so basically you found out that you could do that and you're all in.
And you're all in. And I'm not saying that like I could commit myself to that life, but maybe in like a different lifetime, I think that could be fun and funny to be like with your husband. Just and then like, every campsite you go to, you're just like, they're hot, we should go talk to them. That was like a team. You just conquer the US, you know?
Like I said, I can't say I'm fully opposed.
I'm not opposed, but I'm definitely like,
I'm skeptical.
I'm very
also like, there's some like, how well do you truly know someone? I also think I struggle with this because I've never just like one night stand done, like an in and out piece. I'm never gonna see you again. So I'm like, if I haven't done that, I feel like that would be so much harder.
Right.
Or maybe not. Maybe it would be easier. And it's like, okay, see ya.
Well, it's weird too with swinging because it's like, I think that there's like, you guys could all be together in one room. But there's also like, just like swaps where like that girl takes your husband and like they leave and you're just like, that woman's gonna fuck my husband. And like, that's crazy because now I'm gonna fuck her husband. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think there's definitely like a conversation that would have
and there's like, you have to obviously be very comfortable and like very trustworthy and like, I don't know.
But it's just,
I was thinking about this today and it reminded me of this next story. I had a when I dated him, it was after I had witnessed this in his previous relationship. He was with this girl for like years and years and years. And I was at a music festival one time and I watched him kiss his girlfriend's best friend. And I was like, oh my God, he like cheating on his girlfriend. Like, that's crazy. And then the girlfriend came back from wherever she was and he kissed her. And then he kissed her friend again right in front of her, and then they were all kissing, and
You're like, oh.
And I was standing there just like, this is new.
You're like, this was on purpose.
Yeah, and like I didn't, and she knows about it, and she's okay with it.
And okay, cool.
And
cool.
If that's what you want to do, I have no problem with that. It's just crazy to like.
I think it goes back to the fact that you like truly don't know. You don't know about people or their relationship or anything like that. Like you really just don't know. But yeah, no, it's an interesting thing to think about. Because I also think some people think that's insane.
Yeah.
Like my parents probably think that's insane. They're like, why would you do that?
My mom and dad would never. They would never.
Like ever. So I'm like I said, I can't say I'm close to it. Is it ever going to happen? Probably not. But I'm not going to say no.
Like, if, like, there's, like, a situation where, like, you bring in another person, I don't think that I would want to bring another person into me and my husband's relationship. I think I would, if I'm ever in that situation, I think I would want to be the girl that this couple met on vacation, and they just bring me in, and I go in there, fuck shit up, and, like, bye. You know?
Well, yeah. I think obviously I feel like it's different now. Like,
yeah, well, yeah. No, you couldn't.
Now,
you couldn't.
But I think if it were ever going to happen, it would have to be somebody else approaching. There's no way that we would go out of our way.
You're like, hey.
I'm like, you know what we should do? He'd be like, no.
No.
I'm like, actually, I don't know if I want to do that.
You're like, I said that and I regret it.
I don't think I have the balls to do that. But I think it would be a different story if it was like coming from somebody else. Also, it would have to be like I said, like the right situation.
Right. Well, and like you already said, like you truly don't ever know who someone is. Like there are a lot of people that look unassuming, and they're like little freaky, crazy, kinky little ones, and you're like, oh my God, do that? That's crazy.
I'm like, all right. I mean, teach their own.
There's other people that you think are just like, oh, she's crazy in bed. And I don't know why I think that, but like that's just how it is. And then it's just like, no, she's like pretty vanilla.
And you're like, huh. Interesting.
You shouldn't give that vibe.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I know. I am so curious. I get so curious thinking about people, especially people I know. I know we, like I said, or we've talked about before, don't really like talk about it very much or discuss it. Like I couldn't tell you what you are into.
Yeah.
Like I could look at you and be like, I think
I feel like this would be her thing.
And I'm like, I have no idea. And I like that it's that way.
Yeah. But I feel like the older I get, the more I don't share those kinds of things, which I'm on board with. Is it you? Am I sleeping with you? No? Okay, cool. Then you don't need to know. You don't need to know anything about what's going on or what I do or what I don't like or what he likes. I'm definitely not going to tell you what he likes because that's like
also
he's being so vulnerable with me. Like I don't want
him to feel like I'm going around like
because I want him to like what he likes and do what he does and like have him be comfy with me, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting though. I just feel like it's such a taboo topic.
Well, and it's stupid because literally every single person does it.
Well, and I just don't understand why it's looked at as that. Like I wish it wasn't looked at as that and it was like a more open conversation and like it was more normal.
Well, because it's a natural instinct of being a human being. All of us are here because someone slept with someone. Like, yeah, it's not a weird thing, but it's
and then I'm like, is it just how I was raised, or like does everybody
feel
like it's kind of like taboo? Like we didn't talk about any of it. Like it was like you got it figured out on your own.
And if we did talk about it, it was like, you shouldn't do
that. If
like,
you're gonna do it, I guess you better be safe. I was like,
okay, I don't want to talk about this with you.
Like that was the extent of the conversation. Like there was never, I don't know. Also though, I think about it like from a parent's perspective, am I just gonna openly talk about it?
I would think that I will look at my kid and be like, I know that you're gonna hate this. I know you're gonna hate it. But just let me tell you all of this.
Yeah.
And I just want you to know that like you can come ask me anything or tell me something, or like I'm not gonna give you like tips and tricks or anything, but like if you need help figuring something out, or like I don't want them to be scared to tell me any part of that.
Well, and I think it's hard too, because I don't want to say that I felt like I couldn't say anything. I don't think I felt like I couldn't. I just was not going to.
I wasn't going to.
No. No. I was like, I will ask the dirt before I ask my mom a question about sex. I'm not. No, thank you. We're good.
Well, I remember I had never given a blowjob before, and I didn't really know what to do.
You're like,
because like you don't know what to do, you know, until you're doing it. And even then you're like, I can't be doing this right.
Is this it?
And I remember texting one of my friends and being like, hey, I know you've done this before. I feel like I have an understanding of what needs to happen, but like, is there anything that you can tell me that like doesn't just automatically come to you with common sense, you know? And she kind of just like threw out a few pointers and whatever, and I was like, well, that doesn't make me feel any better.
The problem is that actually I was gonna say 15-year-old me, maybe not 15-year-old me, but 15-year-old me needed an Alex Cooper.
Yeah.
To like really lay it out. I really did. And say everything.
And it's like, you should do this.
And I'm like, oh. Like that's like, you know.
Yeah. Because otherwise
or
it was
try
just
it.
Like,
fuck it. Maybe that's not a thing for you, but just try it. I don't know. I think that's another thing, is I think people get so scared to try things. I like trying
well,
things.
And it's like, even if this sucks or we decide that this isn't great, then it's like,
then we just won't do it
now
again.
We can just laugh at each other and be like, remember that one time?
That was so embarrassing. We're never going to bring it up.
Super happy that we did that.
Yeah. And then you can just move on. And that can be the end of that.
And that can just be done.
Yeah. No. Have you ever had anything like that happen, where you've tried something and then all of a sudden you were like, abso-fucking-lutely not?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm a pretty open person, so I don't think there's ever been anything where I was like, this has to stop immediately. I'm trying to think. I really don't think I have anything where I'm like, no, absolutely not. Do you have one?
I don't think I have an absolutely not. But I don't know.
How do you feel about
oh God.
How do you feel about getting your toes sucked? Have you ever had that happen to you?
I've had my toes kissed, but never sucked.
See, I'm on board with a kiss.
I think it's kind of cute.
I think it's...
But, like, I just don't think I want to put my foot in your mouth.
No.
No.
I was having a conversation with two of my cousins, actually. And one of them was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the other one was like, I'm on board. I want my toes sucked. I want to suck your toes. And I'm just
like, okay. Whoa. Okay.
And
but
seeing like both sides of it, I was like, maybe I'll just like try it, you know? My boyfriend at the time didn't even like really do it in like a sexual way, just like kind of like we were like playing around and whatever, and he did it, and I was just like, I didn't hate that, but it in no way
was like
turned
oh my
me
God.
on or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to do it again.
No. Yeah, no, I've never.
But
no.
I have had, like, someone kiss my toes and my feet and then, like, up my legs. And I'm like,
You're like, this is kind of
I think
nice.
I'm going to pass out.
What I was going to say is, what about hands?
Like, having my fingers sucked? Absolutely.
Yeah. See, why is that? Also, why is that any different?
I don't know.
But it is.
I don't
and
know.
and that is a different.
That will light your fire.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, if you're watching it happen, you're just like, I'm gonna pass out. Like, I'm starting to get a little hot.
I have to go. Except for I'm not going anywhere. So.
I'm staying right here.
I'm just mentally somewhere else.
Off, just
la la la. With all this being said, I had to wash my comforter this morning.
Too hard of finger sucking, huh?
There's too hard of some sucking. I don't know. Anywho.
You're crazy.
Anywho. You want to know what fucking grinds my gears?
Yeah, I do.
Why the fuck, and I mean like literally why, do comforters not fit over beds? Why are sheets like, and I know you tuck a sheet in. I get that.
But, like, who's actually tucking in their sheet? Like, who? Like, let's make the comforter as long as the sheet.
I want my comforter to drape, and every single time the comforter we have in our bed right now is for a California king, and we have a king size bed, and I specifically bought the California king comforter so that it would drape over the top of my fucking sheets. And every day I walk and I pull it. Not every day, let's be real, I don't make my bed every day. the 2 times a month that I make my bed.
Bi-weekly when I make my bed.
Listen, this is probably why I don't make it that often.
Because it pisses you off.
It's not satisfying in any way. Anyways, I lift it up and I pull it over to where I think it looks nice on my side, and I walk over to Bradley's side, and there's no blanket left.
It's like 1 centimeter off the edge.
I'm like, can somebody explain to me why they are made like that?
I don't know.
I just it infuriates me.
Well, and I think that all the time too, because my sheet will literally be touching the ground.
Yeah.
And I have my, I don't fucking know, like the leg metal frame and the box spring and the mattress, and it still is touching the floor. And I'm like, how is this happening?
I get why sheets are so long, but what I want to know is, then I know you can do it. You're fully capable of making the fucking bedspread that big, and you don't. Oh, it makes me so mad. But anyways, that's all.
It is nice to have your bed made. Like, when you walk in your room and your bed's made, you're like, oh.
I feel like I did something right.
Yeah. But I hardly ever do it.
No. Because I'm just going to get back in it. It's kind of like my bathroom counter. I'm just going to use all that stuff again
I'm
tomorrow.
going to literally take out all these products and use them tomorrow.
Yes. It actually kills me to put stuff away sometimes.
Because you're like
I get
mad. What drives me insane is doing my laundry and putting my laundry away and then getting those same clothes right back out and wearing them and putting them back in the hamper and then doing my laundry and then putting them away again. And I'm just like, and that is why there is a bed-sized pile of clothes next to my bed. I've just been digging through it for like 2 weeks, and every day I look at it and I'm like, I need to put that away.
But why?
But there's no reason.
No,
I feel that way about dishes too. I don't really ever do the dishes because it's my least favorite chore. Because I don't like getting my hands on wet food. It really grosses me out. But when I do them, I'm like, so I'm just going to do these, put them in the dishwasher, take them out, put them in the cabinet, and then get that same fucking fork right back out and eat it for lunch. Like, I don't.
Yeah. I'm not a mundane, repetitive task doer.
No. I want to do something that's satisfying.
Or
like,
fun.
Like vacuuming.
Dude, this video. Hold on.
Do you like vacuuming?
I actually, I love vacuuming.
Out of all the chores, I would say vacuuming is my favorite, I think. It's just you can see the progress being made.
Yes. And you can do it once a week and you like,
Yeah.
and then it's done. And then you can do it again the next week.
And then it's fine.
But it's not,
You don't have to do it every day.
It's not immediately bad.
Whereas, like as soon as your clothes are clean, they're some
like,
of them are dirty.
You're wearing clothes. Like, no matter what, you're never done with laundry.
All of your laundry is never clean.
Ever.
Unless you're naked.
And that's, yeah. Dude, I have to show you this. I sent it to Bradley because I don't do anything ever. And he does everything. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. It says, when someone asks you how life's going. The video says, it's a little girl. The video says, what are you doing? And the girl responds, she goes, or no, what are you supposed to be doing? And she's like, cleaning, but I'm too fun to do boring stuff. I was like, I'm sending that to him.
That's how I feel.
I am too fun to do boring stuff.
I'm not going to do boring stuff.
Come on. And if I'm going to do boring stuff, I'm going to lay around. I'm a lay arounder. I'm also that video.
I love laying. I spent most of my day laying today, and I was like, I just want to lay. I just want to be horizontal. You know?
Yeah. Sideways is the best.
And hopefully in the sun. But if not, I'll still just lay. I just want to lay.
I went out there today, even
was
though
it fucking
it was
howling?
So windy.
Yeah.
So windy. And I still just was like blown away. But every time it would stop, my body would get really warm. And then it would fucking blow again. And I was like, this is stupid.
Well, I was looking out the back window earlier and I was like, I think that tree's going to come straight out of the ground.
Yeah. No.
And then you Snapchatted me at the pool and I'm like, she is dedicated. And I love that for her.
That I am. Yeah.
Pepe girl. This is off topic, but it was brought to my attention that some people in my life have never seen me run.
Dude, I just recently had this conversation.
And I'm happy I'm bringing it up then because that happened. And then I went on social media and I saw at least 2 other posts. One of them, I can't remember his name right now. He has a brand new song out and his name is like Warren something. I don't know. But he posted a thing that said like my wife said that if I get this many views on this video or something like that, then she'll finally run in front of me. And I was like, wait, this is kind of funny that like obviously I've seen you run because we did cheer together.
But can you imagine marrying somebody that you've never seen run?
Have you seen Bradley run?
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen him play sports in high school.
Yeah, we also used to go to the gym together. Like he was on a treadmill, but I've seen him run. Like he's seen me
there
run.
are people in my life that I've never seen run before.
There's actually quite a few.
I feel like the more I thought about it, the more I was like, wait a second. I think that running in front of someone is like a very vulnerable thing.
It's kind of embarrassing.
It is. I think that's why I haven't run in front of some people because I'm like, I don't want you to see me run.
So I saw a video. The reason this was brought up to me before I broke my ankle and didn't actually run in the 5K. Yeah. I was told that they didn't know what I looked like running. And I was like, really? And then I'm like, do I not? But then I'm like, when would I have ran in front of you? Like, I know I run.
Yeah, but I'm not. When would I have run in front of you?
Yeah, so it's like a weird, I don't know. But the video that I saw about it was somebody lost a bet, or it was something about coworkers, and it was a video of they went out during their lunch break into the parking lot and all watched each other run. And there was like all the coworkers running, and I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Imagine a whole bunch of people being like, I need to see how everyone runs. Let's like head out to the parking lot.
Also, like, as fast as you can, like, don't hurt yourself.
Well, don't hurt yourself. The thing. I had a flashback when I was in track in high school, and I think I ran the at finals or whatever the fuck they're called. I ran the 2 mile, and on my last lap I like ran as hard and as fast as I could, like sprinted the last half lap. And when I finished, my dad was like, I've watched you like play softball and do all of these things all throughout your life, but I think that was the like hardest I've ever seen you run before, and like I just never seen you run like that.
And you're like, well, that's literally what I'm doing right now.
That was the hardest I've ever run. So
you're like, you probably won't catch me doing that again.
No, you're lucky that you caught it this time.
Oh my
It's just
gosh.
weird because like for the most part, you're probably never gonna see someone like full out run unless something's like chasing them, you know.
But we did sprints. Like, yeah, it was a weird thing. And then I was like, well, I've seen all the boys run. I've seen I feel like all my close friends I've seen run, but it's because I've been in those types of situations with them.
I'm trying to think if I've seen Bradley run. I don't think I have.
I feel like you've seen him
I think I've seen him like
bop back and
be
forth.
agile, you know, but I don't think I've ever seen him like actually go
like just
running.
run.
Yeah, just like the other day when he
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, I'm going for a run," and I was like, "I've never seen you run before."
It is a weird thing.
It's such a because I feel like running is a pretty normal, like anybody can run basically, you know,
like at least or a jog. Even.
Yeah, but like there are some people in my life that I've never
You're
seen them
like,
run before.
Do your feet go faster than walking?
Yeah. Like my mom, I don't know if I've ever seen her like actually run. I think I've seen her like kind of jog, you know?
Yeah, no, same.
I've never seen her. Also, like I just imagine some people's like full out sprint being like, that's it? That's all you can do.
Also, I feel like what do people think of my run?
That's my concern. Is like I don't want people to be looking at me and being like,
that's okay.
You suck at running.
I feel overall okay about it because I feel like I'm pretty like athletic in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fast. I can't run for very long. But I don't think I look weird.
See, I don't think I look weird, but I also one time caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror at the gym on the treadmill, and I was like, is that what I look like when I run? And I think it wasn't bad. It was just not what I expected myself to look like.
Well, my dad used to make fun of me because when I ran in gymnastics, it's literally just for a vault.
Yeah.
And I used to run with straight arms. Like I had my gymnast fingers.
Yeah.
And I would I was like just quick stepping, but I would run and he's like, "Why are your arms not bent? Like bend your arms."
That's normal.
Run like
though,
a normal
right?
person.
I feel.
No, I don't.
In gymnastics.
I mean, I don't know. All I know is I was like, okay, I guess I'll bend my arms.
When you're like, how do I do pretty fingers and bend my arms at the same time?
And now I feel like I run with like dinosaur
like a dino arm. Oh, I can read you. I forgot. I wrote a poem. I wrote a haiku when I was in Palm Springs.
You wrote one?
Yeah. And I forgot. I forgot to read it to you earlier.
Okay. Can we hold on? Why?
I don't know.
Listen, you know what's funny? I used to write poems all the time. Like my notes is filled with me writing poems.
Really?
But a haiku, huh?
I don't know.
Well, hit me with it. Let's hear it.
I don't know why I wrote it. I just was talking to him. I was talking to Cody, and I was like, wait, I think I have something in my notes about this. And I was right. So I typed in Palm Springs. And this is what I wrote. The sun is shining, the swingers are swinging, and the weed is burning.
Like full claps. Full claps for the haiku.
I can't believe I forgot that. That was the most important part of the story.
It's hilarious.
I know. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Also, like, why a haiku? I don't.
That's funny.
I know. I didn't know that you were a poet.
No, mine don't sound like that.
What do they sound like?
If I'm typing something into my phone, it's sad.
Yeah.
I hope nobody ever gets a hold of my notes app. That
makes me want to get in there real bad.
That is like the scariest place in the world. Okay. Just just to go off of previous conversations we've had.
I'm ready.
One of my friends reposted this on her story today since it's Mother's Day.
Ah,
It says,
I'm nervous.
Happy Mother's Day to me from all the man babies I've dated over the years. I'm not your mom, but boy, did I put in a shift.
Honestly, like there are times where I like really look back. I just really think back on some of the things I've done for people, and I'm like,
You're a
you
man
thought
baby.
I was your mommy,
You're a man baby.
and it's hilarious because like you're a grown man,
Baby.
but you're a
You're just a
little baby.
When I saw that, I was like, Haley's gonna appreciate this. She's gonna think this is fucking hilarious.
There is a difference between a man being like emotionally in touch with himself and like emotionally aware, and like it's okay for men obviously to have a hard day or have a reaction or like be vulnerable, all those kinds of things. And I don't want to cross those two over. But there's a different kind of breed of men who are just like, oh my God. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm so sick and tired of you.
But I think man babies do that. Make you, no, I can't say make. Encourage you
Yeah.
to take care of them, and then you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Or you didn't do enough, or I can't believe you did that, or they like flip it on you. A man baby is somebody that puts you in the position, gives you the responsibility, but then takes all the credit for everything that you've done.
Yeah, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you literally fucking kidding?
Like I feel like the difference is like vulnerable men and men that have emotions and are like in tune with everything. They're fine.
They're an actual man.
Yeah.
Like,
and if you want to cry, cry. I don't care about that.
yeah, you should.
But like, don't pretend like you didn't. Where the problem lies is when you can't admit that you're a fucking baby.
That you're a little tiny baby.
You're not being emotional. You're making me take, like, I'm sorry again. You're hoping that I'm going to take care of you, and then.
And here's the thing. I would have taken care of you if you weren't such a fucking little bitch about this. But now that you are being one, I don't want to help you.
No. Okay. Switching up the conversation.
Okay.
I had like an actual question for you.
Okay, wait.
What is your opinion on celebrating birthdays?
Actually, this is kind of a hard question because I think my birthday is my favorite holiday.
Yes.
Like, I love my birthday. But the older I get, the more I want to celebrate my birthday alone. And I've done that 2 years in a row now where I've just spent the whole day all by myself. And it's been so much better than trying to get all my friends together, get everyone to get along, pick the place that we should go, make everyone happy while I'm still doing what I want to do, and just like it seems like a fun thing, and then it just very slowly turns into something where you're like, this sucks. And I think there's like what is the word I'm thinking of? I don't know. I think it's like a thing for you to like cry on your birthday. And I've cried on so many of my birthdays. Like, I don't know. I've cried on so many of my birthdays. But the birthdays I've spent alone, I've been a happy gal. Have you never cried on your birthday?
I have cried on my birthday, but I don't think it's a thing.
I think it is a thing.
I don't think it's a thing.
I think I've seen so many things on social media that's like, if you didn't cry on your birthday, did you even have one? Like,
this goes into what I was going.
Okay, well, what are you gonna say?
I feel like they're exhausting.
They are.
And I think I've had. Well, I was thinking about this because I was trying to plan something But also, last week, not one of my students, but a student of one of my coworkers had a birthday. And because of where we're at, like, you just never really know what it's going to look like at home for them. Like, I feel like I was very lucky and my birthday was always celebrated, and like
You just knew that it was going to be a thing.
Yeah, it was. But she went home and then came back to school the next day, and her teacher asked her, "How was your birthday?" And she responded and said, I didn't get anything for my birthday. Like, we didn't celebrate my birthday." And I was like, that is, one, breaks my heart because she's 8.
Yeah.
Like, that makes me really sad for her. And I think overall, there's just no way for everybody to have the same experience. I feel like birthdays can be extremely fucking lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like people that don't have a lot of people in their life, it's like the day that it's flashed in their face that they like don't have
That's
anyone.
like no one's reaching out to me, and like it's obvious.
Yeah. And I also think the people that like it's over the top and like I feel like they have a different kind of expectation.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many like high expectations to meet for your birthday, and it's like, also, who fucking cares?
Well, it's like also
Everybody
has a
one.
birthday.
Like,
And everyone has one every single year.
yeah.
And it's really not like, I mean, it's a thing to celebrate of like the day that you came onto the earth and like that you made it another year, but it's not like you picked that day or like
and
you had any decision to be born. Like, you just showed up.
Well, what are you truly celebrating? Like, to me, New Year's is more of, and I feel like maybe some people celebrate their birthday as if it was like a New Year's, like it's their new year. But I just kind of feel like, I don't know. I think the expectation of birthdays is exhausting. I also, and I think this is just me, I want to do things for my birthday. Like, I always want to do something, but I really don't want it to be a big thing.
Deal. No.
Like, that makes me like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not somebody that's like, let's go do this whole like extra. I don't want like anything to be
like super over the top.
Yeah. But I also don't want it to not be acknowledged. I don't know. It's weird. But I honestly don't think that that's a me thing. I think that's like the social expectation.
I think also like as people get older, they like start to be like, yeah, this is just another day.
Yeah. Like, thank you.
Like, this is just
like, it's not
another Tuesday.
We don't need to like, there's just not anything.
I think that when you were saying that like some people use their birthday as the New Year's Eve like type of vibe celebration, it's easy for me to do that because my birthday is the day before New Year's Eve. So I feel like my birthday and New Year's Eve kind of mix together, and it's like a very reflective time for me to like do all of that in one go, and maybe that's why it feels more important. I don't like to me personally, I don't know, because I do like the idea of like someone looking at their birthday the same way that they would look at New Year's Eve and be like, these are my goals for the year ahead, this is how I want 27 to look, or like that kind of thing, you know. But well, it is not that.
It is interesting that you say that, because mine's dead smack in the middle of the year, and I've never once felt that way. Ever. Like, I've never thought of it as like a fresh start or my 27th year. And it's weird because, you know, I'm actually really happy we're having this conversation, because I feel like anytime we talk vision boards or we're doing anything and we're setting goals, because we've done that together, you always bring up how old you are. Like, I think you always, and yeah. I'm like, I don't, sometimes I don't even remember how old I am. Like, I honestly, I don't relate my birthday to
like setting
anything,
goals
really.
Or having,
it's just like,
yeah,
it's my birthday.
Woo. And I think it's easy for me to do that because it falls when it does within,
yeah,
like if we're doing a vision board, we're doing it for the year. My birthday is the year. Yeah. So I think I kind of lucked out in that way, but I think it kind of would be, I think it could be cool, but it also would be weird for you to like reset your year in the middle
July?
of the year.
Yeah. I don't know. Dude, do you know how many fucking national holidays there are? I feel like we could look up a national holiday for
There's one
just
for
about
every day.
anything.
There is, because I used to do, my friend had a whiteboard calendar, and I would come over to her house. I would come over to her house once a month and redo her monthly calendar. And I used to write I would look at all the national holidays for the month and write the really funny ones on there. I would also name it something inappropriate, like Nut in Me November or Dick Me Down December or like Fuck Me February. Just like, well, I did that for a while, and then her dad saw it one time, and I was like, I'm never doing that again.
I think that's hilarious. You want to do my calendar?
Do you have one? Yeah.
I can get one, but you can only make it inappropriate.
I'll do my best. I want to know what today's national holiday is besides Mother's Day. They have a national holiday for everything, though, like National Cookie Day, National
Bring Your Dog to Work Day, like literally
like random
everything.
Things.
Yeah.
Today, May 11th, is National. There's multiple. National Eat What You Want Day. It's also National Foaming Rolling Day, National Twilight Zone Day, Nutty Fudge Day, Odometer Day, and Salvation Army Week. National Eat What You Want Day.
I mean,
That's
you do
every
that?
day.
Did you eat what you wanted to today?
I had a donut.
What could we go for? If we could get anything we wanted right now.
Honestly, I'm craving something hearty, like a big, juicy turkey burger with like veggies and cheese and avocado and not sour cream, sriracha.
Yeah. Oh.
Like I'm really in the mood to have like a big meal.
Did you eat dinner?
No.
Well, that's probably why.
I also haven't had I've had meals with protein in them recently, but I haven't had a meal that was like super filling and like healthy and good for me in like a week maybe. Like I just feel like I haven't had real food. Like I'm just hungry.
I feel like you should eat.
I mean, I've had meals.
Well, I know.
Like I had mac and cheese for dinner last night, but it's like that's not real food.
That's how I feel. If there's not like a chunk of some sort of meat, like if I'm not eating a meal. Like that's not. It's not food. I mean, it is.
It's food, but it's not like a meal.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I fully understand what you're saying.
What would you pick if you could eat anything right now?
I can't really taste anything that well right now. So like, I had a lime popsicle earlier today, and that was my eat what I fucking love those. Also, last week for Teacher Appreciation Week, they came around to our classrooms and handed out popsicles, and I'm like not typically a popsicle person because I only like my few that I like. And who buys lime popsicles? Well, you bet your fucking ass there was a lime popsicle in that cooler, and it made my entire day.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever had a lime popsicle.
They're so good. They're so good, and they're not too bad for you, like considering at least the ones I get. They're very yummy.
I might have to have one now.
I feel like I've fed you one of these.
Open your mouth.
I mean, like a summer afternoon.
I'm sure you probably have.
In the pool, you know.
I
feel like you've had one.
I honestly cannot wait for those days. Like, I just cannot wait for us to go to the pool for like a whole day. That's when I'll know that like my life is back in action.
Yeah, we're back and better than ever.
Someone walked into the yoga studio today, and he's a regular, and I go, "Hi, Matt. Welcome in." He goes, "You look tan." And I said, "You fucking stop it right now."
You're like, don't make me blush. You're not going to be able to see it over my tan, but fuck, you're right.
I said, "That's my favorite compliment." He goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Even if you didn't mean that as a compliment, I'm fully taking it as one. So just know that you just rocked my world."
Just be aware. Be aware of what you just said to me.
You call me tan.
I love being tan.
I love it a lot.
How many times how many times do you think we are going to talk about being tan? You know what? Actually, I saw a video today on TikTok. And it was literally just, like the video out the plane window.
Yeah.
It was like a video of the plane in the sky with the wing of the plane. And it literally just said, I wish I could tan right there. It's like, can you imagine just like laying on the wing?
You
of
would
the
be so
plane?
much closer
You'd
to
be
the sun.
So tan, like so tan, and really cold and probably dead. But
but if you died tan, it might be worth it.
I'm like,
I love being tan.
I know.
It's actually like my main priority, my whole personality, and like my only concern.
Yeah. I don't think it's my only concern. It is my main priority.
I'm definitely concerned about other things, but if I wake up in the morning and it's a nice day, it's like I'll put everything to the side if I can go outside and lay out.
I think it depends on what everything is. That's why, like I've already said, you need my job. Because at some point, you're going to want to be off all summer. Actually,
summer
not
long.
at some point. You already do. You already want that.
Yeah.
So.
HB for teacher 2026.
I don't think they vote you in. I don't think that's how that works.
They
honestly, that they do.
Imagine.
Okay. Well, I think that might be all for today.
What a fun time we've had today.
Swinging around.
Haikus.
Dipping our toe in the birthday pool.
Sucking fingers.
Sucking toes. Sucking just about anything.
Sucking anything. Popsicles. Sucking anything that you want.
We'll have to talk about sucking more in the future. All right. Well, with that being said, I think we are done.
Thanks for listening and coming back.
We're so happy you are here.
And we'll talk to you / see you very soon.
Catch you on the flip side.
Baby girl.
And boy.
Okay.
Goodbye.